You don't wake up one day financially stuck. You drift there slowly, and by the time you notice, changing course suddenly seems impossible. Picture this. It's a normal weekday morning. The alarm goes off. You hit snooze. Then you hit it again. You finally roll out of bed. Not exhausted exactly, just heavy. You're in your late 30s or early 40s now. You've been working for almost 2 decades. And this was supposed to be the point where things finally felt easier, more stable, more secure, more comfortable. But instead, you feel stuck. You make more money than you ever have, yet somehow there's never enough left over. You're still thinking about money, still juggling bills, still postponing things you thought you'd be doing by now. And quietly, maybe late at night, a thought creeps in. Is this it? If any part of that feels uncomfortably familiar, you're not alone. Because this isn't about laziness. It isn't about bad luck. It's about a system and a set of decisions that silently locks people in place by age 40. Welcome to Millionaire Thinking, where we are dedicated to helping people achieve, protect, and expand their financial freedom. And today, we're talking about something most people don't realize until it's already happened. Why so many people are financially stuck by age 40, and why it sneaks up on you without warning. Think back. You were given a pretty clear plan for life. Go to school, get good grades, get a degree, get a good job, work hard, move up. And if you just stayed patient and responsible, everything would eventually fall into place. But here's the problem. That plan was written for a completely different economy, and almost no one updated it. So people keep following it right into a financial corner where the trap is sprung. Let's walk through what actually happens. Your 20s. You're just getting started. You don't make much, you don't have much, and that's fine. You tell yourself, I'm building, I have time, and you do. Then your 30s. This is where things speed up and life accelerates. Income goes up, but so do responsibilities. Marriage, kids, a bigger apartment, then a house, better cars, daycare, insurance, then just a few upgrades. None of it feels reckless. In fact, it all feels responsible. And here's the lie almost everyone believes at this stage. This is just temporary. Once we get through this phase, we'll really start saving. But that phase never ends. By your late 30s, something very important happens. Not overnight, not dramatically, but quietly. Your financial life hardens. Your expenses aren't flexible anymore. They're locked in. You have a mortgage, cars, schools, insurance, commitments, and by age 40, your income still has upside, but your options don't. Your financial direction is largely locked in. That's the trap. Let's look at a very typical example. Nate and Susan are a couple in their early 40s. They're both smart, they're both professionals, and they've both been doing everything right. Nate makes about $90,000. Susan makes around $75,000. Combined income, $165,000. On paper, they're doing great. Top tier earners, educated, responsible. But here's their monthly reality. Mortgage and property taxes, $3,400. Two car payments, $1,300. Childcare and activities, $1,100. Insurance, utilities, phones, $900. Food, gas, subscriptions, $1,300. Before they save or invest a dollar, they're already committed to over $8,000 a month. That's not lifestyle inflation. That's lifestyle lock-in. So when Nate talks about hating his job, or Susan talks about burnout, they don't ask, what do we want? They ask, what can we survive? This is what being stuck really feels like. It's not panic. It's not failure. It's this constant low-level pressure. You can't quit. You can't pause. You can't take a risk. Every paycheck already has an assignment. So even good news, a raise, a bonus, doesn't feel exciting, it just feels absorbed. This is where most people get it wrong. They think, I just need to earn more. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If your lifestyle is already maxed out, more income just builds a bigger cage. Raises lead to upgrades. Bonuses lead to commitments. Promotions lead to expectations. And suddenly, you're not working toward freedom, you're working to maintain a system you can't step away from. By 40, time starts behaving differently. Retirement isn't abstract anymore. Kids get more expensive, not cheaper. Energy drops. Risk tolerance shrinks. And this is when people finally say, I should be investing more. I should have options. I should be further ahead. But most of the surplus that could have built that future was already spent years ago. For a lot of people, clarity comes from a shock, a layoff, a health scare, watching someone older realize they waited too long. That's when the thought hits, I didn't mess up, but I also didn't protect myself. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Here's the core problem. Wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about how much room you have to move. Margin is breathing room. Margin is options. Margin is saying no without panic. And most people erase their margin chasing comfort and normalcy. People who escape this financial trap, like Paul and Linda, don't ask, what can we afford? They ask, what keeps us flexible? They buy less house than they qualify for. They delay upgrades. They keep fixed costs boring, not because they're cheap, but because they value freedom more than appearances. Freedom compounds faster than money ever will. The most powerful system you can follow is this. Set your life up so that you can run your core household expenses comfortably on one income. Then, use any extra income that comes into your household to build assets and pay for life's extras. Meanwhile, intentionally keep your fixed costs low. This system works at $60,000. It works at $100,000. It works at $200,000 because it scales freedom, not just spending. This is a system that creates resilience, and resilience creates wealth. What not being stuck at 40 actually looks like. It's not flashy. It looks like a paid off or manageable home, one or no car payments, significant investments, the ability to say no. The people who are financially unstuck at 40 might live a less grand lifestyle than their financially stuck peers, but they live and sleep better because their money works for them, not against them. Here's the hard truth. Getting unstuck usually requires uncomfortable changes. But here's the good news. 40 isn't too late, but it is late enough that every decision matters. Every dollar of margin you rebuild, every obligation you remove, gives you options back. Here's the final thought. Most people aren't stuck because they failed. They're stuck because they followed a script that prioritized comfort over control. Now you see it, and once you see it, you don't have to keep playing the same game. If this video changed how you think about money, subscribe to Millionaire Thinking, hit like, and share this with someone who feels trapped but doesn't know why. See you in the next video.